Hi everyone, I'm Quinn from Sequence Art on Instagram and I'm on the design team, and today I have for you a quick little tutorial on how to do some doodles of houseplants. A few years ago, my mom and I became obsessed with houseplants, and since then I have gathered almost 100 different types of plants, different species, different varieties of those species, and so on. And so I wanted to create a little spread of various plants that are some of my favorites that I think are the easiest to doodle, that you can either add to your own bullet journal or just to doodle because you enjoy plants as much as I do. So most of these are very simple, and I like to start with the pot. I'm using the Arch and Olive acrylographs because they are easy to draw on top of, which means I don't need to leave room or space when I'm considering where I'm putting my colors, and it means that I can just draw over if I make any mistakes. So once I draw these pots, I like to make a general path in which I want the plants to go. Most of my plants are vining, like the pothos, which is the first one that I am drawing, so it's easy to just draw little squiggles where I think the pothos lines would go. One of my biggest tips is to look at real plants, whether you Google images or look at your own plants just to see how they move and how they respond to light and gravity and what they look like on the plant themselves. My second tip comes from drawing the leaves. My biggest suggestion for you is to try to vary both the size and the shape of the leaf, because leaves come at different angles. They aren't all just front facing, so to make your plant look a little bit more natural, have some on the side, maybe showing the back of the leaf, not just the front of the leaf. Have them going up instead of down sometimes. Try to create as much variety as you possibly can, especially with vining plants like these pothos. The second plant that I'm drawing here is a Zizi plant, which is one of my favorite plants to grow. It's very slow growing, but it requires little effort, and so it's one of my favorite plants because of that reason. When it comes to drawing Zizi plants, it's also one of the easiest to draw, because once you've created little squiggles of where you think the plant will grow along the lines, you can just create little leaves in a symmetrical pattern on either side. To create that variety that I was talking about earlier, you can have one of the lines just have leaves on one side, as though you're looking at the plant from its side. This third plant that I'm drawing is the Arrowhead vine plant. This one was a little bit more difficult to draw, simply because the arrows kind of overlap on top of each other, and so creating distinct leaves can be a little bit more difficult. So that's why I went in with my pin at the end, so I can create distinct lines between the leaves so it's easier just to read what they are. For this fourth plant, I drew a peace lily. While I don't personally grow peace lilies, my mom enjoys growing them a lot, and I grew up with them. And so it's very simple. You just need a dark green and to create some of these sword-like leaves. And then for the flower itself, it's just a simple teardrop shape with a little bit of yellow for where the pollen is. This next plant is the reason why I've been using acrylographs, and it's because I can use white to fix my mistake, because I forgot the inside of these leaves are white, and so it was nice to have a white color to color in where the leaves go in front of the pot. This next plant is a snake plant, which is another very easy one to make because it is just those sword-like structures, and just as long as you add a curve, that's all you need. To create dimension, you can create stripes like a lot of snake plants have. It just depends on which variety of snake plant that you're using. Once again, I remind you, use references. It's the best way to both see different plants and also to make sure that you are drawing them in the best way possible. This last plant that I'm drawing is a pothos, just a different version of it. Pothos are the easiest to draw in terms of shape, but the most frustrating just because they have so many individual leaves on the vine and you want to make them as varied as possible. But those are the plants that I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and thought it was helpful, and at the very least you got to learn how to draw some of your favorite houseplants as well. If you have any other houseplants you enjoy, feel free leaving a comment below, and feel free to DM me on Instagram if you make anything from this spread. Feel free to tag me or Archer and Olive, and if you want to find out more information about how I made these, feel free to check out my blog, which is also linked in the description. But thank you so much, have a great day, and happy doodling!